Hello everyone, this is a tutorial for Notepad++, which is a free open source source code editor available online. In this tutorial I will be giving a basic introduction to Notepad++, but specifically focusing on Notepad++ as a tool for basic web development. Notepad++ can do many other things, but we will just be focusing on that for right now. So let's get started. So one of the first things you'll notice about Notepad++ is the basic user interface. It's very clean. If you've used Microsoft Notepad or Microsoft Word or some other modern word processing program, you'll already be familiar with Notepad++ for the most part in terms of its basic features. Across the top you'll see familiar icons such as open, create new, cut, paste, save. I won't belabor these basic features here, but I would like to point out a few features that really enhance the usability of Notepad++ and make organization especially very easy when you're editing code. And the first feature I'd like to point out is the tabbing feature. A lot like Internet Explorer or Firefox or any modern browser for the most part, Notepad++ features tabs. When you create a new document or open a document, instead of opening a new window, it just creates a new tab. For instance, if I click on the Create New icon, every time I click on it, you'll see that it just keeps adding tabs. This makes switching back and forth between documents extremely easy. Another little great feature you'll notice is if you right-click on a tab, you see some options come up, but in particular the close and close all but this. You can either just close that individual tab or close all the other tabs except for the one you currently clicked on. Just another great simple feature that makes navigating and organizing your projects extremely simple. Another simple feature that is my personal favorite, as it has saved my life more than once, is the way that Notepad++ indicates whether or not you've saved. You'll notice next to each tab you'll see little blue floppy disks. This indicates that the document has been saved. If you add information to a document, as I just did, you'll notice that the little floppy disk turns red. This indicates that it needs to be saved. And just like the close feature, you can choose to save an individual tab or save all tabs all at once. Basically, this is just an easy visual indicator that can be very, very useful. So let's get to some encoding. You'll see at the top menu there's the encoding drop-down menu. If you click on it, you can set Notepad++ to encode these different character sets. We're going to choose UTF-8 per the suggestion of our textbook. Right next to it you'll see the language drop-down menu. Here you can see the many different languages Notepad++ can handle. This, probably more than anything else, is indicative of the power of Notepad++. We are just skimming the surface here, but we'll go down under H and select HTML. And doing so tells Notepad++ the syntax it should use when we begin typing out code. To save us some time, I've already loaded one of our first exercises, the Black Goose Bistro website that we had to create. You'll notice that the bottom left, it tells us what kind of document it is, an HTML document. It gives us the size of the document, and then the encoding over on the right. As you can see, the entire document is color-coded. The element tags are blue, the attribute names are red, and their associated values are purple. Normal text is left black. If you highlight a tag, you can see that it highlights the opening and closing elements appropriately. If there are attributes within it, it changes it to highlight them appropriately. This is a great way to go through and check a document if you're having problems. If you click on the CSS brackets above, you'll also notice that they will turn a bright red, indicating their opening and closing as well. Again, another easy way to check and make sure everything's defined properly and closed properly. Where the color coding really comes in handy is when something's wrong. If I delete the opening bracket of the image element, the program highlights the rest of the element in black, indicating that it's plain text. Or if I delete the closing bracket of the closing element in H2, it tries to take the paragraph element below it as an attribute name. In both cases, it's easy to see that something's wrong. The program's not identifying the elements properly. This can just be an easy visual cue indicating the user when something's not right. And when we correct it, you see that the program corrects the color coding and everything is back to normal. Another great organizational feature of the program is the way it treats major sections of your code. The square boxes next to certain elements, if you click on those boxes, it will collapse everything within the element down to a single tag. For a small website such as the one we have open, this isn't as helpful. There's not a lot of code on the screen to begin with, but for a large, complex site with many different parts, this can be helpful to ensure that the basic outline and structure of the site is done properly. It can also make navigating through your code much easier, so you don't have to scroll through all your code at once. You can just collapse menus and focus on certain areas as you work. Last but not least, I'll demonstrate the Run feature in Notepad++. This is a way to test your website and make sure everything's working properly. If you click on the Run menu above, and you'll see the drop down, and you'll see it has Launch in Firefox, Launch in Chrome, Launch in Internet Explorer, and it does exactly that. You click on whichever one you'd like to test it in, and it'll open the appropriate browser and display your website. You do have to have the program installed, whether it be Firefox or Chrome or whatever. You do have to have that installed on your machine for it to work properly. But again, great simple feature for testing your site. And that is Notepad++. Thanks for watching.